carbon offsetting and reduction scheme for international aviation, or in short CORSIA, is a global market-based measure introduced by the UN specialised agency ICAO, the International Civil Aviation Organization, and is the first of its kind for an international industry sector. CORSIA forms only one element of a basket of measures devised to complement flight operational improvements, new aircraft technologies, and sustainable alternative fuels. These measures have been designed to achieve ICAO's global aspirations of carbon-neutral growth from 2020 onwards. A mandatory monitoring, reporting and verification, or MRV process, will affect both commercial and private aircraft operators, with UN state participation beginning with a voluntary phase in 2021. From 2019 and throughout the duration of CORSIA, operators are required to follow the MRV procedures for reporting their annual emissions. The MRV process during the 2019 and 2020 period produces an average level of CO2 emissions to form a baseline, the basis for carbon-neutral growth. Subsequent years are comparable to the 2020 baseline, and if exceeded, the difference will represent the sector's offsetting requirements. CORSIA utilises a route-based approach and applies to all international flights, both private and commercial, where 2 UN states opted into the scheme. Some flights are exempt from the offsetting requirements, where only 1 UN state opted in, or where both UN states did not opt into the scheme. However, these offsetting requirements will be subject to annual changes as UN states opt in or out of the scheme during the voluntary phases. Operators are required to submit a monitoring plan to their state for approval, together with their choice of fuel methodologies from the 5 available under the scheme. Emission reports are to be verified by an independent accredited verifier and submitted to the state in order to comply with MRV annual obligations. Specific flights and operations performed below certain thresholds are exempt from the CORSIA requirements. It's worth noting that compliance to other regional and domestic emission regulatory schemes are unaffected by CORSIA. Contact one of our representatives to learn more about CORSIA, global emission compliance, or to inquire about our global MRV software and service solutions.